Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Alexi and this is Soto-Tek. In this video, I want to give you my first impressions about the newly released Xiaomi 15T Pro. This is not a full review, but after using it for over a week, I think I have a pretty good idea as to what to expect from this device. Though, sure, the longer I use it, the more I get to see if it is really worth it. The phone is currently sold for £649 here in the UK for the base model of 256GB and 12GB of RAM. Let's start this time by letting you know what else comes in the box. This time, Xiaomi decided to not include the 90 watts fast charger in the box, unfortunately. At least here in the UK and other regions, I believe. So we get the usual paper manuals, the SIM tool ejector, a case, though I bought my own a more protective clear case, the USB Type-A to Type-C charging cable, and that's it. Though it also comes with a pre-installed screen protector. It is still more than what Samsung, Apple, Google, and others offer. The design is similar to its predecessor, the 14T Pro, though it feels a little bit more refined. The back is made of glass fiber, though I would have preferred it of vegan leather, but I can cope with this nice matte finish and I use it with a case anyway. I also like this brownish color called Mocha Gold. It looks very nice. It has flat aluminum frames, which I also like. I also like the way the camera module looks and how it blends with the back of the phone. In a nutshell, it is a nice design overall. As for the screen quality, not much to say honestly. It is as expected, very good. It is a 6.83 inches AMOLED display with a resolution of 1280 by 2772 pixels with a peak brightness of 3200 nits. It has a 144 Hz refresh rate, though not sure that high refresh rate will work on all apps. Probably not. It has very thin bezels. It is sharp, vibrant, plenty bright with nice viewing angles, great for any content consumption. It comes with a powerful MediaTek Dimensity 9400 Plus, and the performance, as expected, has been very good so far. The phone feels very smooth, snappy and responsive for general day-to-day usage. I don't do a lot of gaming on my phones, and definitely not much on this one, so I have to reserve my final opinion in this respect for a later review. But given the processor, it is supposed to run all kind of games well, even those with high graphic demands. When it comes to software, it runs Android 15 out of the box with Xiaomi's UI HyperOS 2. Hopefully, it will soon get Android 16 with HyperOS 3. Let's talk about the battery. It has a 5500 mAh battery capacity with 90 watts fast charging and 50 watts of wireless charging. No reverse wireless charging. I don't think I can give you a definite opinion about it right now because I think it's still learning my usage habits, but so far I'm getting around 5 to 7 hours of screen on time and it looks like it's getting better. It has a stereo sound and it is good. Maybe not the best in the game, but it does the job and well. Let's check it out quickly. As for the storage, it comes with a base model of 256 GB and 12 GB of RAM, but it goes up to 1 terabyte with 12 GB of RAM and UFS storage 4.1. It is, as expected, IP68 water and dust resistant. Unlocking methods. It comes with a very reliable optical fingerprint sensor under the display and a very reliable face unlock plus the PIN number. The fingerprint reader is a little bit too low for my liking, but as I said, it works really well. The phone comes with a set of useful AI features, which you can find in the Xiaomi Hyper AI tab in the settings. You also got Google's Gemini, Circle to search, and AI boost for speech recognition, translate, and AI tools for better editing, etc. Let's finish with the cameras. It has a 50 megapixels main wide lens, a 50 megapixels periscope telephoto lens with 5 times optical zoom, and a 12 megapixels ultra wide lens. With the rear camera, you can record up to 8K 30 frames per second and 4K 60 frames per second. For the front camera, it has a 32 megapixels lens. Xiaomi has once again collaborated with Leica to give you the best camera experience and results, and it does work for the most part. So far, I have just noticed one weak point, and it is with the front camera for video recording. The maximum you can record is up to 4K 30 frames per second, but that's not the issue. The problem is that it tends to blow out or overexpose the background more than I would have liked to in a lot of situations, but that's just for videos, because for pictures, it is actually very good, easily beating a much more expensive phone like the S25 Ultra. As for the rear cameras, nothing to complain about, to be honest. It is solid with great results in most scenarios. I've been very impressed with the zoom range to up to 100 times for the most part, though you have to be very patient and have very steady hands to get the good results it is capable of, because it does struggle to lock the part of the picture you want to take. Maybe one small complaint could be that it doesn't have night mode for portrait pictures, which I would have liked to see. Apart from that, like I said before, it is overall solid. Also, it is a shame that Xiaomi has not brought back the clone mode for pictures and videos. I really like that feature. Okay, this was my overall first impressions about the Xiaomi 15T Pro, and I personally think that Xiaomi has done a good job this time. I wasn't really too convinced about the 14T Pro last year, but I think this year the 15T Pro is a winner. What do you think? Have you bought it already? If so, let me know your opinion. I'd love to know. Well, if you have made it this far and you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to hit the like button. Also, hype the video. That would be a great help for the video and the channel. I would really appreciate it. See you in the next one. Hasta la vista.